What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be going over the chargeable light mechanic. Now this has been a highly requested video here on YouTube and also on Twitter. Putting together chargeable light builds seems to be a very complicated thing, but I'm going to do my best in this video to help you guys understand how to put together these different types of builds, where to get these mods, and what I think are some of the best builds in the game right now. If you do end up enjoying this video, please be sure to hit that like button. And also hit that subscribe button and be sure to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on my new videos. Now jumping straight into my hunter's build, I've already put together a few chargeable light mods to give you guys an idea of a build that you could potentially put together. Now don't worry, I am going to show you guys exactly where I find these mods and give you some different options, but this is just something I put together just to give you an idea of how it's going to look. So the main question that I get with chargeable light mods is how do they work? Now you have two different types of chargeable light mods. You have these green mods that you'll see on the helmet and the gauntlets, and I'll just go in here to show you. You have these green style of mods that are the mods that will charge you with light, and then you have these yellow type of mods that will consume those stacks of chargeable light. Now before I get ahead of myself, just think about it like this. You have to do something to become charged with light, and then you do something else to consume that chargeable light. So for example, in this case, I have a mod here called Taking Charge. And what Taking Charge does is every time I pick up an orb of light, I will become charged with light. Now those chargeable light stacks are going to go up one by one, unless I choose to use another chargeable light mod, which I'll get into later. So let's say I pick up an orb of light, and now I have one stack of chargeable light. Now how do I use that stack of chargeable light? Well, it's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to go down here to my boots, where you'll see I have this yellow chargeable light mod. And remember, like I said, the yellow chargeable light mods are the mods that consume your stacks of chargeable light and give you certain abilities. So in this case, with the mod that I have equipped here, while I'm charged with light, if I go to revive the down teammate, I'll get a burst of healing, which will then consume one stack of my charge with light. So in that simple scenario that I just laid out for you, essentially you're picking up an orb of light, you earn one stack of charge with light, then you go to revive a teammate, and you yourself get an ability where you get a burst of healing while you revive that teammate. To essentially allow you to survive maybe in some type of chaotic scenario, whether you're in a raid or a nightfall. So you can see how that would come in handy. Now that's a very basic breakdown of how the mechanic works, but now you can go way more in depth with the variety of mods that you have available to you. Now, similar to other mods in the game, and if you want a breakdown of how mods work in the game, I already have a video which I'll link down below, probably up on the top right hand corner, so you can check that out after this video. But yeah, similar to other mods in the game, chargeable light mods also work with armor affinities. Now in this case, you see that I have a solar armor affinity pair of boots on. And also you'll see within this seasonal mod slot that we're looking at, you have solar charged with light mods. Now some of you may be asking what these other mods are down here, and I don't want to confuse you. These down here are warm mind cell mods. They're different from chargeable light mods, but there are a few of them that allow you to cross over the two different types of mods. I'm not going to get into that in this video because that's a little bit more complex than what I'm already trying to explain here, but just know that again, if you see a green or a yellow mod, chances are it's a chargeable light mod. So just in this one example here that I'm going to lay out for you, this warm mind cell mod does cross over with the chargeable light mechanic. But again, I'm not going to go in depth with that, so let's continue with the rest of the chargeable light mods. Now, like I was saying, you do see these solar affinity chargeable light mods that are available to you here, and there are two white ones that you'll notice here. One is called Charged Up, and the other one is called Supercharged. Now, you will have these mods available to you as well for Arc and Void, so definitely be on the lookout for them. These mods are pretty critical in allowing you to stack up multiple charges or more charges of light for you to be able to use different types of abilities more effectively and more often. So just a quick recap of what we've talked about so far in the video. You have how the mechanic works, which is having green mods, which allow you to become charged with light, and yellow mods, which allow you to consume those charges of light and give you certain abilities. The green mods vary in the ways that you can become charged with light, and you can go through each one and see the different methods that you can become charged with light. Now, there are certain mods to allow you to become charged with light that cross over very well with putting together different builds with weapons that you may like to use. So If I go back to look at the build that I've already put together for you guys here, you'll see that right now I'm rocking Taking Charge, which would allow me to get charged with light by picking up a single orb of light. I also have a mod here called Blast Radius, which we'll take a look at. What Blast Radius does is it allows me to also become charged with light by getting multi-kills with grenade launchers or rocket launchers. So as you can see, I'm rocking the Wither Horde grenade launcher, and I'm also rocking the Interference 6 grenade launcher. But with those two weapons, if I'm getting multi-kills, which it's pretty easy to do, I'm consistently becoming charged with light. Now it's important to note that with charged with light, you're able to stack up to 2 charges of light without any additional mods that allow you to stack more charges of light. Okay, so now we're in the tribute hall where I'm going to show you guys how this charge with light mechanic is going to work out. Now, as you saw in the previous clip, you saw I'm only able to get my charge with light stacks up to 2. Now, what's going to change here and allow me to increase the amount of charge with light stacks that I'm able to hold is the fact that I just put on 2 new mods, which I'm going to show you right now. Now, the first mod is called Stacks on Stacks. This is a Void Affinity charge with light mod that was dropped back in Season of Dawn. And what it does is it allows you to gain 1 extra stack of charge with light for every stack that you gain. So basically, for every 1 stack you get an additional one. So you're stacking 2 charges at a time. This mod itself does have a penalty of 10 recovery. So if you're willing to sacrifice 10 recovery, it's definitely worth using. Now, with only stacks on stacks equipped and us being able to stack on 2 charges now instead of just 1 at a time, let's see how high we can get our stacks. As you can see, I'm still stuck at 2 charges of light. Now do keep in mind that the reason that I'm shooting all of these enemies with a grenade launcher is because we have the mod Blast Radius equipped, where every time we rapidly defeat multiple combatants with a grenade launcher or rocket launcher, we'll become charged with light. And again, as you can see here, after killing all 4 of these enemies back to back, we're still at 2 charges of light. Now, some people can run with this and be okay, as you can definitely keep your stacks continuously upcharged by stacking multiple green charge with light mods, allowing you different ways to become charged with light. So for example, looking at our build, we have the mod Taking Charge also equipped. So if in any case we were getting multi-kills with a weapon that was masterwork, allowing us to create orbs on multi-kills, then we'd be able to pick up orbs of light to become charged with light, in addition with the Stacks on Stacks mod, allowing us to stack 2 charges at a time. But with this build, I want to be able to go higher than just 2 stacks of charge with light. So the next mod I'm going to introduce you guys to is called Supercharged. Now, Supercharged is a Solar Affinity mod, so it's only going to be available on Solar Affinity armor. And remember, like I said earlier, you can change your armor affinities by selecting this box here and paying the cost. Now, what Supercharged does is it allows us to have 2 additional stacks of charge with light up to a maximum of 5. Now, with us using Stacks on Stacks and us stacking on 2 additional charges per stack of charge with light that we gain, we'll only be able to get our stacks up to 4, not the maximum of 5, but it's still better than having only 2 stacks available. So now with Supercharged equipped, now I'm going to kill all of these enemies around, and let's see how many stacks we can build up. So you see that I just killed these 2 enemies here back to back. I gained my charge with light, and with Stacks on Stacks we gained 2 charges of light rather than 1, and now we've hit our max of 4 charge with light. Now the next part of this equation is, what do you do with all these charges of light? I did say that I had a mod here equipped called Kindling Flame, and we won't be able to showcase what this mod does here in this test setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip another charge with light mod so that you guys can see how a charge with light stack gets consumed. So we have this mod here called High Energy Fire, which as you can see is not tied to Solar Affinity, so you can equip this on any affinity type of armor as long as you own it. So I'm going to equip it. And now remember, what this mod does is it gives us a 20% bonus to any weapon that we have equipped while we have charge with light stacks. So keep that in mind, that I have 4 stacks of charge with light, and every single shot that I shoot from here on out is going to have a 20% damage bonus to it. And you can see that this bonus is activated because you see my weapon is glowing. And if I swap to all my different weapons, you'll see that each one has a glow around it. So that's how you know that high energy fire is currently active. Now, as I kill these enemies, you're gonna watch the stacks on the left hand side of the screen and you're gonna see that they're gonna be reduced. So now I've completely drained out all of my chargeable light stacks. My weapon's no longer glowing. I no longer have that 20% bonus. But now there is another method that you can use with the chargeable light mods that I want to show you. I built back up my chargeable light stack so I can show you guys a different mechanic that we can use while we're chargeable light and using high energy fire. Now remember what high energy fire does. It gives you a 20% damage bonus until you kill an enemy. So the way that you can use that is you can use the 20% damage bonus on majors and bosses, and it won't go away until you kill that ad. So if you see, I'm shooting this boss here and I'm using that 20% damage bonus and I still have all of my stacks, plus I'm still using high energy fire. So this is a way to use that mod. This is a little trick that a lot of people are aware of, but in case you didn't know about it, definitely make use of it. Okay, so before I go, I know I wanted to tell you guys about a couple of builds that I recommend you using with chargeable light. And here's one of them that I think is going to be very useful coming up once we get a new exotic, the Traveler's Chosen, after we complete the Exodus quest, which is still going on right now in the game at the time of this video. So what I'm going to use in this build is the mod Swift Charge for my helmet, which is an Arc Affinity mod. And what this is going to do is allow me to become chargeable light by getting rapid kills with a pulse rifle, sidearm, or submachine gun. The next mod I'm going to use is called Charge Harvester. And what this mod does is when I'm not chargeable light, any kill or assist has a small cumulative chance to cause me to become chargeable light. Now what that basically means is if I'm not chargeable light, anytime I get a kill or assist, every kill or assist will increasingly have a chance to make me chargeable light. The next mod up is going to be Supercharge, which I already explained to you guys. It's going to allow me to hold a maximum of up to 5 stacks of chargeable light, but allow me to mainly hold an additional 2 stacks, especially since I'm still going to be using the stacks on stacks mod, which I had on previously. Now, the main chargeable light mod that I'm using here that's going to give me the ability that I think is going to be pretty good coming up is called Surprise Attack. Now, what this mod does is, while I'm chargeable light, reloading or readying a sidearm will consume all stacks of chargeable light and convert them into stacks of a major damage buff, which is then depleted as I damage combatants with that same sidearm. So I'm going to show you guys how that works out here. I currently have my 4 stacks of chargeable light and I'm going to swap to my Lonesome. Now as you can see, I just swapped to the Lonesome sidearm and I now have a charged magazine of 20 rounds. So all of these rounds that I'm going to be using here are essentially buffed rounds, which are going to cause major damage to enemies. So you can see how this mod is definitely going to come in handy after you get something like the exotic sidearm Traveler's Chosen. I definitely think it's going to be worth grinding for the exotic. Definitely think it's going to be worth trying out with this build here. And as you can see, I'm killing enemies with my sidearm, I'm reloading, I'm still getting stacks of chargeable light as I'm killing enemies rapidly. So it's kind of continuous, it keeps coming back up and I'm just getting this buff. And yeah, I definitely say it's something to look into. Now there are plenty of other builds that you can put together yourself with the chargeable light mods. I'm going to link a few videos down below. If you guys want to see more build videos from me about chargeable light, specifically builds that you can use in the game, definitely comment down below and let me know. If this guide helped you out, if it helped you to understand how the chargeable light mechanic works, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. If there's something that I missed, a question that you have, or something that you want me to talk about a little bit more in depth, definitely be sure to let me know. And as always guys, I appreciate you watching the video and thank you very much for the support you guys have given me recently. I'm definitely working hard to get some more videos out for you guys. I've seen a lot of questions down below in the comment section and I hope to be able to answer them. And if I miss any questions, definitely be sure that I will try to answer it as soon as possible. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you know when I go live. And I also stream on Twitch, so please do check out that link down below for Twitch. It's twitch.tv/nngamer. I go live every Tuesday, Friday, and Sundays from 4 to 8 p.m. And I do stream Destiny. On the weekends I stream Variety, so be sure to come by, hang out, and the same things that I talk about here, you guys can be sure you can hang out and chat about Destiny 2 or anything else in my comment section. So appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.